little bit of an overview about who we are. In terms of experience, my personal experience, I have about 25 years in the industry. Plus, we have the experience of my techs as well, so that adds probably another 20 or 30 years of experience. So we have quite a bit of technical experience behind us. We've been in business for about 13 years, and we service primarily our core service area is the New Jersey and Metro New York. But caveat here is that if we have a client that is headquartered in our service area and they have offices in areas outside of our normal service area, we can still service them. So multi-location clients are still a viable referral for us because we have partnerships that allow that to happen. Okay, now just an overview of our services. And again, I'm not going to touch on a lot of detail on most of these, but our core service is managed services, whereas that is our proactive service, meaning that we are monitoring you 24/7, providing on-demand support when needed, and making sure you're all backed up and protected. And if you have any special projects, we can handle those as well. And I'll delve into a little more about that into a slide. One other key factor here is that we service both Mac and PC. So yes, we service both platforms here. So any opportunities in that regard, we can make that happen, and we can make the PC and Mac talk to each other, and that's something that just keep in mind. Just to get a little bit more in depth here about the managed services. Again, it's a more proactive type service, and it's 24/7, and it's primarily a remote-based type service. So generally, the majority of services are delivered remotely, but if you need on-site, we can help make that happen if necessary. Now, when you talk to other service providers, generally managed services, this is very generic. Now, what do we do differently? Now, this is a very standard fare for a managed services company. Where we are different is that we help you not only to get the right technology, but the right technology that will help to move your business forward, because we're looking to understand you as a business. And that is where our virtual CIO service comes to play. So you're not going to see this in many cases with the IT company. They'll put in their technology and they'll manage the technology, and that's it. They'll get you the latest and greatest technology, but is that really helping your business? What we do is we seek to understand your business, what you do as a business, all your workflows, how you make money, because we want to understand all that, because we want to know how your business operates so we can better optimize the technology to service your business. So this includes ongoing assessments, periodic basis. We're evaluating you against standards, best practices, and we're bringing you to those best practices to get you to an optimal level. And also, again, because we're understanding your business, we're making sure that recommending the right technology for your business so you get definitive business results, meaning that if you go with us, you're going to get a better business result, more efficiency, more profitability for your business. So it's more in the realm of you're investing in your technology. It's just not just an expense for your business. And in terms of backup, I will touch here a little bit about what we do versus if you basically go it alone. If you buy one of these services like Carbonite or one of those other cloud-based services, that's do it yourself. Do you really know if those backups are really taking place? Do you know if the backups are good? Do you know if the time comes when you actually need that backup, if you get hit with ransomware, is it going to be there for you when you need it the most? That's where we differentiate ourselves, because we are handling all that for you. we're making sure those backups are tested and verified. We're making sure that you have a recovery option so that if your network crashes, we have a means of getting it back up and running relatively quickly. That is where we come to play versus the do-it-yourself method. Now, for in terms of cloud services, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here. Essentially, we can service more or less any cloud option that you may need. Again, it's where it's a cloud infrastructure or a physical infrastructure, we cover all the bases. Typically, with a smaller business, you really don't want to be running your own data center anymore. You don't want to be running your own server hardware, because a small business is not equipped to do that. So generally, we will recommend cloud services for smaller businesses, but it could be more complex. If they're a larger business, they may be cloud, they may need physical infrastructure. We could assess your needs and make sure you're set up at the right solution. Now, in terms of projects, these are like one-off type services. If you need a special project, and I'll touch on a couple of them here, like if you need like a new office setup or you're moving to a new office, that's a good opportunity for us. So anybody involved in commercial real estate, office moves, and that type of thing, that's a good referral for us, because we can get their new office all set up, all wired up and connected and ready to go, and make sure the network has moved in a very graceful way so that it's up and running relatively quickly and efficiently. Conversely, if you're getting rid of your offices, if you're going to more remote work, as a trend is nowadays, we can facilitate that as well, making sure you're set up with the proper remote access solution. And one of the caveats here is that doing it in an efficient way, but also in a secure way, because having remote workers, that has its benefits, but now you have all these home networks that people are running their business applications on, so you have to make sure that it's done in a very secure way as well, because this is just a very open surface area for the hackers to get in. So we will help you to get that up and running in the best and most secure way possible. Okay, so for any referral to us, we have a free consultation. Again, we're learning more about your business to determine if you're the right fit for our services, and we're the right fit, and we're the right fit for you, and you're the right fit for us. And if so, we take it to the next step. And I'll just leave my contact information here for purposes of the recording, so that's on there. You can scan my QR code, get all my contact information if you'd like to book an appointment. Again, that's for the benefit of anybody seeing this recording. And again, we are not just doing technology for technology's sake. We're making sure that technology that we put in place is actually going to give you definitive business results. And with that, I am going to end this slideshow and take any questions.
I have a question.
Sure.
Dave, you mentioned having PCs and Apples talk to each other. Can you expand upon that a little bit? Because I didn't think they communicated at all.
Yeah, I mean, it starts to get a little technical, but I mean, essentially, we get the Mac to talk to a Windows server. Essentially, make it so that it's not going to be done in the more graceful way that a Windows computer can do it. But we can get somebody that's using a Mac wants to talk to a Windows server, or it's basically accessing files, a file share. We can help facilitate to make that happen. Does that answer your question? I'm happy to talk to you if you want to delve into that a little more detail.
Thanks, David. Thanks, George. Scott, you have a question?
Yeah, David, do you ever, would a connection with an ethical white hat hacker have any value for you?
Yes, we work. That's a very good connection for us because whereas we get all the infrastructure in place and make sure it's set up properly and securely, the white hat hacker complements us because they could basically audit our work,
Okay.
and it also they can give us ammunition with the client saying, here, these are the things we need to upgrade and change. Get a firewall here because this is what the hacker
Well,
determined, so forth. Yes.
I have a friend, a colleague I met a couple of years ago in London. He is the coolest guy you have ever met. I mean, but I'm glad he's on our side because he's really good, and I would be happy to connect you guys via email. So if you give me your email or give it to me in the chat, I'll make that connection for you later today.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Thanks, everybody.
David, what do you see as the biggest trend right now for the smaller businesses, or at least the pain point that they're having, that they're addressing or needing to address?
Well, one of the big pain points is security, because the small business doesn't have the resources of these large corporations to have proper cybersecurity in place. So what does the small business do about it? And what a common misconception is that they think I'm not a target, but they really are. And I can go a whole hour about that. And I'm going to talk about that at the trade show. But I'm going to say cybersecurity is going to be is a very large pain point.
Thank you, everybody. So that concludes.
Hold on, can I ask a question?
Sure, absolutely.
So, David, what's the difference between like an MSP that you're talking about and just backing up a system? So my understanding, and tell me if I'm wrong, is if you're just backing up a system, really all that gets backed up is the data. And it's not like the updates to the hardware and that kind of stuff. And then it's hard to get the data to play nice with the hardware. Is that what the MSP, is that what you're doing? Like, so if we go down or we get hacked or whatever the term is, and you're saying you'll get us back up and running quickly, does that mean that the data and the hardware are up to date? How does that all work?
First, I should differentiate between backup and disaster recovery. Now, backup is just your data, and it's great if you go down, we have your data, that's fine. But getting you to an operational level to able to use that data, that's recovery. And that's what very often gets missed, is that you're not getting the recovery part of that. So that's where we come to play. So we're not only making sure you're backed up, we're making sure that you're set up so that we can get you recovered quickly and get back to work quickly.
Because your eye is on RT. You can do that, right? Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, great presentation, David. Thank you.
Thank you.